It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here for 2K Sports alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Just a few games left before the NBA playoffs and the final seeding start.
Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kep. Let's get it. Well, thank you, David. And both these teams feature excellent long-range shooters, Chris. It could be a very high-scoring affair.
And with that, you have some big runs. That means don't turn the ball over. It could be a 6-0 run, a 12-0 run on 4 possessions. You got to make sure you take care of the ball.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. C.J. McCollum out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Dedmon in at the center. Covington kicks to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. He sinks the 11-footer. Jokic has got the first points up on the board for Chicago.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, I like the effort. It always feels good to get on the board first.
Bean passes to George. And he lays it straight in.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
And Fournier kicks to Dedmon. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Fournier against Levine. Offensive rebound, and they pick up 2. Dedmon's got his first basket.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
And here's George for 3. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Chris, you spent a handful of years in Washington. When you look back to that time in your career, is there a favorite moment that stands out to you?
Well, it was early in my career when I was with Washington, and I learned a lot about the league. And I think ending the Washington playoff drought that they had been in for so many years was part of the reason why I wanted to go there, and that was a lot of fun. Making my first All-Star team as well was pretty cool.
And the basket by McCollum.
McCollum is an aggressive shooter, solid ball handler, effortlessly switches to his shooting motion instantaneously.
There's a screen by Noel. Levine dishes to George. Noel sets a screen for George. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
There's a screen. Here's McCollum. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And McCollum is fantastic at running the screen and roll. He knows how to use the pick to get space to shoot.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Fox, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Jokic a screen. Covington kicks to Jokic. McCollum with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. Back to Jokic. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. McCollum with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
McCollum is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
Wizards trail by 4. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here's Levine. 14 points from him the last game against New Orleans. Just 4 to shoot. And here's George for 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. George has got 7.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Bulls up 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Carter is out there with Paul George. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then it's Fox. And it's Noel in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Back to LaVine. Noel, a screen on Fournier. LaVine can't hit. Chicago leading. McCollum outside. Pass to Jokic. Over George. Jokic, no good.
That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easy look.
And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
It's so tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing errors that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
McCollum against Fox. Here's a screen by Noel. Here's George. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. George has got 11 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Again, McCollum missing. Wizards have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And George kicks to Fox. They set the pick from deep three-point range. That's good for George on the assist by Fox. George has got the lead up to 1 now for Washington. Fournier passes to Jokic. Jokic a screen. Here's McCollum. Misses from close range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
Well, he hasn't been very precise at all. Heads up play. The defense collapses inside. He shrewdly launches the transition through.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Dedmon kicks to McCollum. Will it go? It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Jokic.
McCollum is a strong combo guard. He sails and whipping the ball over to his teammates.
Here's LaVine. That shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had to figure out to take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
McCollum dishes to Covington. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Drills it from outside. Covington's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Bulls. Now, here's Fox. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
McCollum, no good there. And the first half comes to a close. And Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports
It's
Halftime
an interesting
Show.
battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 19 points and 3 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent.
And that wraps up halftime.
Welcome back, folks. A lot to see in that shot from high above Washington, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Lincoln Memorial. That is one heck of a view. Washington's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Robert Covington, Fournier out there with McCollum. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Jokic in at the 4. And here are the Bulls now. It's a 1-point game. Jokic sets the screen for McCollum. There are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard because you never know. You know Kawhi is a nice guy, but you know he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look. And I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career. But Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Fox passes to Levine. Here's a screen by Noel. And here's George for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. This their first look at this year's Washington squad. 90 seconds now into the second half. Covington kicks to Dedmon. Rebound, Washington. Noel's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Levine for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. McCollum's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Shoots over Fox. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. That's now 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
Oh, and McCollum, he's an exceptional shooter. He loves sticking it to the D when they're right in his face.
And C.J. McCollum, one of those players who was a late bloomer. Chris, just over 5 feet tall as a high school freshman. Made his college career at mid-major Lehigh. It's in the Patriot League.
He had a great college career. He played all 4 seasons there. And, of course, the 10th pick in the 2013 draft. And this season, a 4-year, $100 million contract kicks in. Yeah, he's made it big time.
The 3 from George. Nailed from three-point land. George has got it all tied up now for Washington. McCollum kicks to Jokic. Back to McCollum. The pass to Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. C.J. McCollum. And that's good. McCollum's got 11.
Great timing from McCollum. Outstanding at filling out the D and burning them with a catch and shoot, Jay.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Outside, Levine. Noel, a screen on Fournier. Dedmon with the block. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Paul George with the steal. Carter dishes it to Levine. And he uses the glass on the layup. Levine's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Jokic passes to McCollum. Paul George with the steal. Carter kicks to George. Back to Carter. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the pick. There's a screen by Noel. From deep, George. Noel. It's good on the putback. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Wizards. They're up by 1. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep our pace on offense, right? Keep pushing the ball.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Chicago trailing here. Paul George is out there with Noel. And it's Fox. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Carter in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And so far, this has got that feel of a game that could be back and forth all the way.
Yeah, at some point, though, you might expect one team to go on a run, but this could come down to the wire.
Dishes it to Noel. Feeds it to Fox. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 1.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Each team is stepping up, rising to the challenge. Yet another lead change.
Cullen passes to Jokic. Now Covington. Another shot. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Fox kicks to LaVine. Shines over Fournier. Another one falls for Washington.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
Here's Covington. Back to Jokic. Lets it fly. They grab their own miss. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And that one misses. The Wizards with the lead. Carter with it. Now defended by McCollum. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
McCollum kicks to Jokic. They set the pick. Passes to Covington from outside the arc. That one's not going to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. Covington against Carter. And George kicks to Fox. Clock at 6. Over McCollum. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Fox has got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards. McCollum dishes to Dedmon. The feed now to Fournier. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Jokic. And the layup's good off the glass.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Fox passes to LaVine. Now the dish to George. Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 24 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Give the assist to the coach that play. He called it. That's great patience by the offense right there. They took their time, got him the ball right where he wanted.
Covington kicks to McCollum. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alden.
He was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win.
Boy, that was a big shot.
And stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
There's the screen to the paint. Covington with the steal. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's McCollum in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Carter kicks to Fox. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
McCollum is a natural leader. Strong guy both in the locker room and on the court. A guy you want to build around.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 5 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
George dishes to Fox. To stop the run. Misses. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Alden.